Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into something important, a topic that affects so many of us, especially after 60. We're talking about those aches, that stiffness. It can really start to slow you down, can it? And for a lot of folks, it's not just general aging. It's often this kind of silent battle with osteoarthritis, really limiting. So think of your body, maybe especially your joints, like a garden. Our mission today: figure out how the soil, meaning your diet, affects whether that garden thrives or, well, struggles. We're going to uncover how simple food choices can make a huge difference for your joint health, help you get that vitality back.
Yeah, and what's really grounding this deep dive today, it's the insights from a fantastic source. A doctor of traditional Vietnamese medicine, actually. She's got over 20 years helping seniors thrive naturally. And her whole idea, it's simple but kind of revolutionary, that maybe the relief you're looking for isn't just at the pharmacy, it could be right there in your kitchen. It really makes you think, doesn't it? About the power of food, not just fuel, but, well, medicine, capable of healing.
Okay, so let's unpack that. Can the secret to, smoother joints, less pain, can it really be in our shopping cart? It almost sounds too easy, but the goal seems clear, right? We want to fight back against that chronic inflammation, stop cartilage from breaking down, use smart food choices like flood our bodies with nutrients that calm things down.
Exactly, nutrients that reduce inflammation, yeah, and help support cartilage repair. Plus, provide the building blocks for strong bones, strong connective tissues, the whole system.
Gotcha. So where do we start? What are these powerhouses of protection, as you call them?
Right. Think of these as foods that actively fortify your joints. So first up, omega-3 fatty acids. These are biological superstars for fighting inflammation. If inflammation is like a fire in your joints.
Omega-3s are the water?
Well, even better, actually. They're like special fire retardants, EPA and D8A specifically. Our source material shows they actually help create things called pro-resolving mediators.
Co-resolving, meaning they help end the inflammation, not just suppress it.
Exactly, they signal the body to resolve it. So think fatty fish, wild-caught salmon, mackerel, sardines, trout. Try for at least 2 servings a week. Wild-caught often has a better omega-3 profile.
Okay, 2 servings. What if fish isn't really your thing?
A high-quality fish oil supplement can work, but definitely talk to your doctor first, especially if you're on blood thinners. And for plant-based options, flax seeds, chia seeds are great sources of ALA, that's alpha-linolenic acid.
ALA, that as good as the fish kind?
It's beneficial for sure, but your body has to convert ALA into EPA and DHA, and well, how well it does it varies quite a bit. Walnuts are another good snack packed with ALA.
Okay, that makes sense. Omega-3s to actively resolve the inflammation. Powerful stuff. What else do we need in our joint-friendly toolkit?
Next big category, antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables. Antioxidants are key because they fight oxidative stress. They neutralize these things called free radicals.
Free radicals, those are the damaging molecules, right?
Exactly, they damage cells, including your joint cells, speeding up degeneration. So berries are fantastic, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and especially cherries.
Cherries. I've heard something about cherries and gout.
You have. Cherries, specifically, are their anthocyanins. They don't just reduce general inflammation. The research suggests they can actually inhibit COX-1 and COX-2 enzymes, kind of like how some over-the-counter NSAIDs work, but naturally. Really helpful for gout pain, yes.
Wow, okay. Yeah. Good to know. What else in the produce aisle?
Leafy greens, spinach, kale, collard greens. They're loaded with vitamins K and C plus calcium, all crucial for bones and cartilage. Vitamin K helps with bone mineralization, and vitamin C is absolutely essential for making collagen.
Collagen, that's the main building block of cartilage, isn't it?
It is. And broccoli. It has sulforaphane, which might help block enzymes that actually destroy joints. Colorful bell peppers, too. Especially red and yellow ones packed with vitamin C for that collagen synthesis. And don't forget tomatoes, rich in lycopene, a powerful antioxidant. Quick tip, cook them with a bit of healthy fat, like olive oil. It boosts lycopene absorption.
That's a seriously vibrant shopping list already. Okay, beyond the colorful stuff, what about more everyday things? Like grains or beans, do they fit in?
Oh, absolutely. Whole grains like oats, brown rice, quinoa, they can be really beneficial. Some diets avoid them, but their fiber helps keep your blood sugar stable. An unstable blood sugar, that can actually drive inflammation indirectly.
Ah, interesting connection. So steady energy, less inflammation.
Pretty much. Plus, complex carbs for fuel, just, keep an eye on portion sizes, that's always key. And legumes, beans, lentils, chickpeas are nutritional powerhouses, Great plant-based protein, lots fiber, and minerals like magnesium and zinc, which are important for bones and joints.
And they're a good swap for red meat sometimes, I imagine. Less inflammatory.
Generally, yes. A really good alternative to eating too much red meat.
Okay, produce, grains, beans.
Yeah.
Checked. Now, I'm curious. Are there things already in our kitchens, maybe spices we just sprinkle on, that could be secret weapons for our joints?
That's a great point. Spices and herbs are often overlooked heroes here. Turmeric is a big one. It has curcumin, which has seriously potent anti-inflammatory effects. Some studies even compare it to over-the-counter anti-inflammatories.
Really? That potent? How would you use it?
Oh, easily. Curries, soups, stews, even in golden milk, that warm turmeric drink. Ginger's another classic, known for ages for its anti-inflammatory and pain-relieving properties. Fresh ginger tea is great, or add it to stir-fries. And garlic. It contains disulfide. That's an anti-inflammatory compound that might actually limit those cartilage-damaging enzymes.
Wow. Turmeric, ginger, garlic. Kitchen staples with hidden benefits. What about fats? We covered omega-3s, but are there others?
Definitely. Healthy fats beyond omega-3s are important. Extra virgin olive oil, a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, right? It's rich in something called oleocanthal. That's the compound giving olive oil that peppery kick.
Aha, I know that taste.
Well, that oleocanthal has anti-inflammatory effects surprisingly similar to ibuprofen.
No kidding. Ibuprofen-like effects.
In terms of its mechanism, yeah. So use it for dressings, light sautéing, dipping bread.
Good quality extra virgin, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. Extra virgin is key. And avocados. Not just tasty, they're packed with heart-healthy monounsaturated fats that help reduce inflammation. Plus, you get vitamin E, another important antioxidant.
Okay, this is fantastic.
Yeah.
What an amazing list of delicious, nourishing foods. It feels really empowering, actually.
Yeah.
It might seem like a lot to change all at once, but I guess the message is even small steps count,
Right.
right?
Absolutely. Every single step makes a difference. Don't feel you need to overhaul everything tomorrow. Maybe just start by adding one new joint-friendly food to your routine this week. That small change sends a powerful signal to your body. You're supporting it, nurturing that garden.
Right, tending the garden. So if those are the good things, the rich soil, what about the weeds, the things that can choke the garden? Understanding what to limit or avoid seems just as critical.
It really is. Some foods actively fuel inflammation. They can make pain and stiffness worse and even speed up cartilage breakdown.
So this isn't about deprivation, is it? It's more about making smart choices.
Exactly. Intelligent, informed choices. Let's call these the joint aggressors.
Yeah.
And number one on that list, probably added sugars.
Sugar. The usual suspect.
It's a major driver of inflammation system-wide, and it hides everywhere, not just candy and soda. Think breakfast cereals, flavored yogurts, salad dressings, sauces. It's insidious.
You have to read labels carefully then. Look for those hidden names.
Definitely. High fructose corn syrup, sucrose, dextrose, maltose. Even too much of the natural sweeteners can be a problem, and the way it harms joints is nasty. Too much sugar creates these things called advanced glycation end products, AGEs.
AGs, what do they do?
They're inflammatory compounds that damage proteins all over your body, including the collagen and elastin in your cartilage. Basically makes cartilage stiffer, more brittle, more prone to damage.
That sounds awful.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
right.
so cut down on added sugar. What's next on the aggressor list? You mentioned refined grains earlier.
Refined grains, white bread, white rice, pastries, lots of processed snacks. They're stripped of all the good stuff, fiber, vitamins, minerals. So they act a lot like sugar in your body.
Meaning they spike your blood sugar.
Exactly. Big spikes, which contribute to weight gain, sure, but also promote inflammation. They increase markers like C-reactive protein.
So the better choice is the whole grain versions we talked about. Oats, quinoa, brown rice.
Yes, exactly. In moderation, of course. Then we have trans fats and too much saturated fat. Trans fats are, well, they're just terrible for overall health and definitely for joints.
Where do we find those mainly? Still in processed foods?
Often, yes. Processed stuff, fried foods, fast foods, margarines, baked goods. Look for partially hydrogenated oil on the label. Avoid it. These fats don't just mess with cholesterol, they actually change how your cell membranes work. They disrupt communication and crank up inflammation system-wide.
Wow. Okay, so trans fats are a definite no. What about saturated fats, like from red meat or dairy?
In excess, yes. Saturated fats can contribute to inflammation, so things like fatty red meat, full-fat dairy, lots of processed snacks. Moderation is the key there.
Okay, moderation with saturated fats. Now, I've also heard debates about certain vegetable oils. Are some worse than others?
That's a really important point. Some vegetable oils, especially when you eat a lot of them, can be problematic. We're talking mainly about oils high in omega-6 fatty acids like corn oil, soybean oil, sunflower oil, cottonseed oil. They're everywhere in processed foods.
But wait, don't we need omega-6s?
We do, absolutely. The issue isn't omega-6 itself, it's the ratio. The balance between omega-6 and omega-3. The typical Western diet is way out of whack. Often 15-to-1 or even higher omega-6 to omega-3.
And the ideal is more like?
Closer to 1-to-1 or maybe 2-to-1. When the ratio is skewed so high towards omega-6, it promotes the production of pro-inflammatory compounds in the body.
Ah, so it tips the scales towards inflammation.
Precisely. It fuels inflammation in the joints. So better choices for cooking are things like extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, maybe a little flaxseed oil, but not for high heat. And then there's processed meats and excessive red meat.
Like hot dogs, bacon.
Yep. Hot dogs, sausages, bacon, deli meats. Often high in sodium, nitrates, saturated fats, all contributing to inflammation. And eating a lot of red meat, especially fatty cuts, has been linked to more inflammation for some people. Compounds like Nu-5GC and those AGEs we mentioned play a role.
So again, moderation, and maybe leaner cuts if you do eat red meat.
Exactly. Prioritize leaner cuts and don't make it the centerpiece of every meal.
Okay, that's a clear list of things to be mindful of. Before we get practical, there's one food group that always seems to spark debate. Nightshades. Tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, eggplant, what's the deal with those? And joint pain.
Ah, yes, the nightshades. It's true, you hear anecdotal reports. Some people with arthritis say they feel worse after eating them. But it's really important to stress this seems highly individual. The scientific evidence for a widespread negative effect just isn't strong.
So it's not something everyone with arthritis needs to avoid?
No, not necessarily. The theory often involves alkaloids in these plants, but the research is pretty inconclusive for most people. However, personal experience matters. If you suspect they're a trigger for you, the best approach is maybe a short elimination diet.
Cut them out for a bit, see how you feel, then add them back in.
Exactly. Remove them for, say, 2 or 3 weeks. Pay close attention to your symptoms, then reintroduce them one by one and see what happens. It helps you identify your personal sensitivities. It's about listening to your body.
That makes sense. Personalized investigation rather than a blanket rule. So the overall message for avoiding foods seems to be make informed choices, maybe start small.
Absolutely. Identify maybe 1 or 2 things from that aggressor list that you eat regularly. Find a healthier swap. Like we said about the garden, small, consistent weeding makes a huge difference over time. Tangible benefits for your joints and how you feel.
And of course, worth repeating, these are general guidelines. If you're making big changes or have health conditions or are on meds, talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian first, right?
Always. Personalized advice is crucial.
Okay, we've mapped out the good stuff, the soil, and flagged the weeds to pull. We've got the blueprint for our joint garden. Now, the really practical part, how do we actually do this? Make these changes stick, especially if we've eaten a certain way for years. The goal isn't some strict, miserable diet, right? It's about building a lifestyle, something sustainable, natural, and hopefully delicious.
Exactly. Sustainability and enjoyment are key. This is a journey, not a punishment. Gradual changes, a positive mindset, that's the way. Think small, stay consistent. Don't try to change everything overnight. That's a recipe for feeling overwhelmed. Maybe pick just 1 or 2 embrace foods to add this week, and maybe 1 avoid food to swap out.
Like swapping sugary cereal for that oatmeal with berries and flax we talked about.
Perfect example. Or trading that nightly ice cream for a bowl of fruit. Simple swaps.
Simple swaps, not total deprivation. I like that.
Yeah.
But what's the key to making it happen consistently? Life gets busy.
Yes, planning. Meal planning is probably the single most powerful tool here. Your gardening plan, if you like. When you have a plan, you're so much less likely to grab unhealthy convenience food when you're tired or rushed. Those weeds don't get a chance.
So sit down once a week, maybe, map out some meals.
Yeah, dedicate a little time. Think about incorporating those anti-inflammatory foods. Then make a shopping list from that plan. Stick to the list. Avoid impulse buys. I've seen people make huge progress just by planning ahead. Even swapping 1 soda a day for water with lemon can be a massive first step.
And cooking at home more probably helps too. Control the ingredients.
Huge help. You control the sugar, the fats, the salt. Batch cooking is great for busy people. Cook bigger portions of staples on the weekend: brown rice, quinoa, roasted veggies, grilled chicken or fish. Then you have building blocks for quick meals during the week.
That makes sense. Prep ahead. And using those spices we mentioned adds flavor without the bad stuff.
Exactly. Turmeric, ginger, garlic, cinnamon. They add amazing flavor and fight inflammation. Win-win.
Okay, planning, home cooking, batch cooking. These are great practical tips. What else helps keep the joints happy day to day?
Don't forget hydration. Water is so important for everything, but especially for keeping joints lubricated, cartilage happy.
How much are we talking? The old 8 glasses a day rule.
That's a good baseline. Aim for at least 8 glasses. More if you're active or it's hot out. And smart snacking. Keep good options handy so you're not tempted by junk.
Like nuts, seeds, fruit.
Exactly. Walnuts, almonds, an apple with natural peanut butter, berries, veggie sticks with hummus, maybe a hard-boiled egg. Easy, healthy fuel. And become a label detective when you do buy packaged foods. Read the ingredients.
What should we look for? Or avoid?
Ingredients are listed by weight. If sugar or maybe one of those less healthy oils we talked about is near the top of the list, that's a red flag. But honestly, the best foods often don't even have labels. Fresh, whole foods, prioritize those. And finally, maybe the most important tip, listen to your body. Pay attention.
How foods make you feel.
Yeah, everyone's different. Maybe keep a simple food diary for a week or two. Jot down what you eat, how your joints feel afterwards. You might discover connections you never expected, personal triggers, or foods that really seem to help you.
That's really empowering advice, becoming your own detective. Could you maybe paint a picture for us? What might a really joint-loving day of meals look like?
Sure, let's imagine. Breakfast. Maybe that warm oatmeal made with water or unsweetened almond milk, topped with blueberries, flax seeds, walnuts, and maybe some green tea with fresh ginger.
Sounds good already. Lunch?
How about a big, colorful salad? Mixed greens, bell peppers, cucumber, cherry tomatoes. Maybe top it with grilled salmon or chickpeas for a plant-based option. Dressing, simple extra virgin olive oil, and lemon juice.
Nice and fresh. What about a snack?
Mid-afternoon. Maybe half an avocado mashed onto a whole grain rice cake, a little sprinkle of sea salt, satisfying healthy fats.
Okay, dinner.
Maybe baked chicken breasts seasoned well with turmeric and black pepper. Great combo for absorption, alongside some roasted broccoli and a small serving of quinoa.
Simple, but packed with good stuff. Any room for a treat.
Of course. An evening treat could be a small bowl of mixed berries, maybe with a dollop of plain Greek yogurt for some protein and probiotics. But remember, the key thing here is, it's about progress, not perfection. If you have an off day, just get back on track with the next meal. No big deal.
That sounds delicious and doable. Really helpful. Now, we focused heavily on food, the soil for our garden. But it's not just about food, is it? What else contributes to overall joint health?
You're absolutely right. Nutrition is foundational, maybe the most powerful lever we have, but it's part of a bigger picture. Holistic care. Staying active is crucial. Gentle movement helps.
Like walking, swimming, things that don't pound the joints.
Exactly. Walking, swimming, tai chi, gentle yoga. These keep joints flexible, they nourish the cartilage, and they strengthen the muscles around the joints, which provides support. Always best to check with your doctor before starting something new, though.
Good point. What else? Weight often comes up.
Yes. Maintaining a healthy weight is really important. Excess weight puts a lot of extra strain on joints, especially knees and hips. Even losing a modest amount of weight can significantly reduce pain.
And stress. Does that play a role?
It definitely can. Chronic stress can worsen inflammation throughout the body, joints included. So, finding ways to manage stress is part of joint care too. Meditation, deep breathing, spending time in nature, whatever works for you.
And sleep. Can't forget sleep.
Never. Your body does most of its repair work while you sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of good quality sleep each night. It's vital for healing. And just to reiterate, all of this is for general information. For specific medical advice tailored to you, please consult your own doctor.
Absolutely. As we start to wrap up this deep dive, we really hope you're feeling a sense of hope, a sense of empowerment, actually. Those aches, those pains, they don't have to define your life. They don't have to limit what you want to do. What we've explored today shows there's a clear path.
Yeah.
Where food isn't just, fuel. It really can be powerful medicine.
It truly can. We've seen it happen. People who are really burdened by joint pain, rediscovering simple joys, like taking a walk without wincing, playing with grandkids, or just sleeping through the night without that constant ache. And these amazing changes, they come from making consistent, conscious choices. One meal, one snack at a time. Think back to that garden idea. Your body is incredibly resilient. It wants to heal. Like a garden needs good soil, water, sun. Your joints need the right nourishment to thrive, to stay supple, to repair. When you feed them those vibrant fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats, those amazing spices, you're giving them exactly what they need. It's like adding rich compost and gentle rain. But the pro-inflammatory foods, they're like tossing weeds and harsh chemicals into that beautiful garden. They just hinder everything. My real hope for you is that you feel that sense of liberation, taking control of your health. You're not just passively aging, you're actively shaping your journey. Every time you choose berries over pastry or salmon over processed meat, that's a powerful act of self-care. You're cultivating your own well-being.
So here's something to think about as we finish. How might cultivating this deeper connection with your body, really listening to its needs through mindful nutrition, how might that unlock not just better joints, but maybe a whole new level of vitality? Enough energy and freedom to really pursue your passions and live every day with, well, maybe even boundless joy.